It's the people, they bring nothing but negativity a lot of the time.
They're feral, they're wild.
It has to be one of the most saddest, most tragic places I've ever seen in my life. In the UK, we are known for many things. Tea, queuing, sarcasm, fish and chips, and our beautiful weather. That was sarcasm. But we are also known for mental health problems. 1 in 6 people in the UK are suffering with a mental health issue in any given week. And that means that we all have loved ones that are in pain. I want to get to the root of this issue and find out what we can do to stop it. So I've travelled 294 miles from home to Colchester, the UK's saddest town. Despite its rich history, in recent times, Colchester has an average happiness rating of 6.8 out of 10. And I don't know about you, but I want my life to be greater than a 6.8 out of 10. So I had to do some investigating to figure out why this town has such a bad reputation.
Well, I'm a liar, I'm a boozer, I'm a bastard and abuser, and I'm wondering how much lower can I go?
Now, upon first impressions, this place didn't seem too bad. It seemed pretty normal. The weather was good and there was no looming sense of depression. So like any normal human beings, our first port of call was to acquire some sandwiches. And as Jacob tucked into his Subway, I mustered up the courage to talk to our first Colchester residents.
I mean, I'll tell you the truth, the reason we're here is that we're putting together a little short film because we've heard that Colchester is the saddest town in the UK. Would you say that's...
You mean the people as well?
Yeah.
And somehow we just finessed our way into the town hall.
They've read that it's the saddest place to live in England. Yeah, I don't get that.
Would you disagree?
Yeah, I don't know. It's changed. I just say that.
It's got worse, do you think? Why?
And
after that extremely insightful piece of information, we came across this train spotter bloke.
Old 1960s engine?
Ooh. He seemed to say the same thing as everybody else, that Colchester wasn't that bad and they were alright with living there. That seemed to be the general consensus, apart from this one guy that we found in the town centre.
Shit. It's the people, they bring nothing but negativity a lot of the time. People think there's something they're not. Peer pressure is a huge thing. The school system is around here.
But why does this town have such a reputation for unhappiness? Sure, it was no Dubai, but it couldn't possibly be the saddest place in the country. We even had a crossbar challenge against 2 local kids, and one of them subscribed to the channel.
Jesus, what are you trying to hit me, bro?
We dropping bass like a motherfucking atom bomb.
Well, that was dreadful.
But the truth soon became apparent to us. There was a place nearby that was so much worse than Colchester. And this was when the trajectory of our trip changed.
Jaywick, you're thinking, and that is definitely the saddest place on the planet.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Jaywick. That was our next destination. That was the real saddest place in the United Kingdom.
Almost a little cat.
We knew that Jaywick was exactly where we needed to go. That evening we got ourselves some dinner, and after we saw that the nightlife here was absolutely awful, we managed to finesse ourselves into some random private ghost tour around the Colchester. We're going to a spooktacular tour, and we're going to go and meet some ghosts.
Your very first ghost. And in fact, it's behind you!
To be honest, the tour was wildly underwhelming, but Raymond was an absolute unit. Then we hit the hay to rise for day 2.
Hello, 57.
Hiya, I'm just wondering if you'd be able to get me and my friend to Jaywick this morning. Brilliant, thank you very much.
Alright, cheers, mate.
Cheers. We're going to Jaywick. With a taxi booked, we fueled up for the morning. However, we still had time to have a threatening warning from the hotel staff.
A holiday park in Jaywick, staying in his caravan, and just for no reason, these lads had thrown acid in his face, and he had to go to the hospital. This is why, like, I'm not even making this up. Yeah.
Oh my god.
They're feral. They're wild.
Why are we doing this, bro? Oh.
And with that, we left.
problem at all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Just push the...
I mean, the reason we're going to Jaywick is actually most of the locals that we spoke to told us that Jaywick's a lot worse.
Oh, Jaywick is 100%. It's worse.
Yeah.
Honestly, you will see it when we get there.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a title to give them the most boring place to go. It's Jaywick. They're hoisted, you see.
Okay, yeah, wherever's easiest to drop us off. It'd be brilliant. And I'll be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, Jaywick was a whole lot worse than I had anticipated. There was ramshackled, run-down houses, smashed glass, people who looked like lost souls, and an entire atmosphere of dread and depression. Apart from a few friendly ducks, this place was a wasteland with no sense of joy or happiness. There was no opportunities for work or to have fun, and this made me reflect on just how important our environment is for our mental health. Where we grow up and the normal way of life in our neighborhoods are so important. And although we often can't change where we are born, I realized that we can make an effort to improve the environments in which we live. If your bedroom or home is a mess, clean it up, add some color, add some flair, and it will help. But coming here also made me so motivated to strive for my goals. When you see pretty much the lowest level of human existence, you see exactly where your life could be if you completely lost hope. We were told that Jaywick was the place where troubled people went to live, and that became apparent from walking around. This trip overall was a kick up the arse that I think I needed. It was a kick up the arse of gratitude for the place that I usually live and the opportunities that I usually have, and it was also a kick up the arse to get my shit together so I do not end up losing hope like the residents of Jaywick. If you're watching this video, the chances are you are not a lost soul and you are on the path to finding yourself. So don't give up hope. Happiness is a way of life, and it's your responsibility to look for it and start living it. But before you go, I've got two things to mention. The first is that I've just started my own psychotherapy coaching service, which you can learn more about down below in the description. I'd love to speak to you as many as possible and have as much of a positive impact as I can. Secondly to that, the clothes that me and Jacob were wearing throughout the majority of this video are actually Jacob's new clothing line, which he's released by the time this video goes out. It's called Latunya. There's some brilliant clothes on there. So obviously he's a great buddy of mine. I'm going to leave the website link and the link to his advert down in the description. But with that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've learned something. I hope you've enjoyed the journey along the way, and I'll see you guys in the next video.